Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network. You're listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week.
I missed it again.
I'm so sorry. It doesn't hurt that bad, does it? It like doesn't really hurt.
Being the slapper is the
funny
funniest
to slap
thing
your
ever.
friend with a tortilla.
The person,
Dude.
I love her so much. It's so I gave it my all too.
Me too.
Just think of all those 2 a.m. feeders, you know?
I can't. You gotta get it together. You can't be letting your dad kill in the yard like this.
Victory!
Okay. Brian's gonna beat the shit. Don't spit out, James. It's real abuse. Pretend it's real.
He's like a fountain.
Dylan and Bobby for his birthday.
I was thinking that too.
Oh, you're going down.
Wait, you need water, Bobby. Bobby just wants to smack you.
Slap him hard. His hair. I'm not gonna slow mo of that. His hair glued to the side.
Now, does he go now?
Yeah, now
Dylan goes. Dylan goes now.
Until someone laughs. Now Bobby goes.
Backhand him.
He's gonna backhand him. I got it!
He grabbed another fresh.
I can't believe they're not laughing.
Neither of them are just gonna have fun doing this. They're just gonna smack each other all day and not clap.
One goes down. Like.
Oh, Bobby, don't laugh. I don't get it. It's just got alt for some reason.
I know, this feels like a Japanese game show.
Yeah.
I know. He's got a double tortilla.
You got some thick ass shit right
He took
there.
his tortilla.
Oh.
Yo, he's loading his gloves.
Now he's filling his torch early.
He's not worried about anymore at this point.
Jesus.
Here, I got it for you. I
All right, is your mic on, Byron?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a little test shock.
Joy.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah. What can we do to make him say something wrong? Say Kim isn't the funniest woman at this network. Say that.
I don't like to lie.
Did you feel that?
Oh, the tension, dude. Shock this man.
Nothing.
Maybe it's for like a small dog setting. Because he would be like a pretty large dog.
Thank you.
I don't like.
Oh,
Okay.
It's beeping.
Hold on.
all right.
Hold on.
I liked the sound of that.
I don't.
Okay.
What
Is it
level you-
vibrating?
What level you got it on?
It's vibrating?
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah, it is.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
Make it vibrate so it sounds. Yeah, it's shocking.
It's shocking?
How bad is it?
Whatever. It's like a little pen.
A little pin? Okay, a little pinch. So you probably got to turn it up when he makes a mistake.
Oh. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what was that?
Like, again, it's just like one of those things that you get at a county fair that makes your muscles spasm.
Okay. So that was on level 15.
15.
This is level 20.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's working. So I guess depending on the level of the mistake that he makes,
We'll start at 20.
We'll
20 is
start
for
at
small
20.
mistakes. If
Yeah.
you make a little tiny mistake, it's not your fault.
it's not your fault.
That shit is hard. Your host, Jamey Jasta.
You never had like your normie friends going, what is this music? Like you never had people protest Milwaukee MetalFest, church groups or parents, worried.
The only ones who ever protested were the police. That's when I had Ice-T and Body Count, because they had that song Cop Killer. Yeah, and they didn't stick around long. Yeah, they just we're out of here.
Okay.
Yeah. But what split it up right after that tour or those dates in Mexico, I'm in Tampa with the Deicide guys, and Glenn Benton is taking the crucifix off of a rosary, and he's heated it white hot and put it on his head and branded himself. And then the other guys all just did it on their arms. And Glenn goes, well, Jack, it's your turn. Either you're with us or you're against us. I said, dude, I'm out of here. That was it for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm out.
That was the end. You stopped managing them then there.
Yeah, that was it. That moment.
Did you ever?
Would you do it?
No.
Would you burn a crucifix in your forehead? No way. What the hell?
I was in college. I learned to play enough bass to fake a little bit with like a song or two. And my friend was a great guitarist, and my friend Alan, whom you've probably met, could sort of sing. And we had a fake band. We never really played out or anything, but the name of the band was Aphrodisiac.
Nice.
And my name, Shannon loves it. This is 80s rock. I had hair down on my ass.
You're over-explaining it.
Yeah, my name was just Storm.
Nice, dude. Rules.
That's incredible.
Give yourself a wrestling name as an adult.
And there was I was 18, and there was a girl that a couple of girls I dated around that time that we really sold the story. I never told you how much, I'm human garbage, and I do whatever I can to get laid. We would call strip clubs. It was like I was probably 19 or 20, right? And you could get in at that time, 18 to get in, 21 to drink. And I would call and pretend I was the A&R guy from...
Oh, yeah, these guys want to come to your strip
these guys
club,
want to come to your strip club. They're band Aphrodisiac. They're going on tour with Aerosmith in the summer. And we would get treated like kings.
I think this is illegal.
Probably, right?
Yeah,
and I would tell everyone my name was Storm. I had long hair. And there was a girl that for years would just call me Storm. She thought that was me. Like,
hey, Storm.
Yeah, hey, Storm. What's going on?
There might not be another moment of our lives in private or real life where your name to me is not. I'll train myself to call you organically Storm.
I'm G-Wiz.
No.
I'm Bronzo Sensual.
All those things. Those are monikers. That's the Master of Disaster. But you are now officially Storm Sutton.
Storm. It's so stupid.
Shannon, back me up on it.
100%.
Straight up
Thinking
Storm.
the same thing.
Yeah, Storm.
Hey, Storm.
Yeah, Storm. I'll answer.
Hey, Storm.
to
Who's on the show tomorrow?
Tonight
Tonight you're gonna go. That was a really fun show, and I'm gonna write back. Thanks, Storm.
Thanks,
Always
Storm.
a blast hanging out with the old Storm.
The old Stormy Weathers. Thank
Stormy Sutton.
Welcome to Cast Me Anything, where you, the live viewer, get to ask all the questions. This week our guest in studio is Chris Faga.
What did you, when you were a drug dealer, like, what did you sell more of?
Mostly weed. I mean, everybody sells mostly weed, but it's just like, we're not going to talk too much about this. But everybody sells, I sold a lot of party drugs to, like, I didn't go to college, but I sold a lot, during those college years, I sold a lot of party drugs at colleges.
Okay.
That was kind of like it was just like, oh, well, like, I don't get to go to college, but like...
You get the college
because I'm
experience,
poor,
though.
but I do get the college experience
Yeah.
by showing up to parties with a pocket full of drugs.
So
You know
people
what I
just...
mean?
And was this the time that people still had, like, cell phones and stuff, or...
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so it wasn't too difficult then to get the connect and...
Well, I also never wanted to sell anything addictive because I remember somebody gave me like $100 a kid I went to high school with when I was like 18 called me and he was like, "Hey, dude, my mom." He worked at a farm. Like people I knew used to steal so much from pharmacies. Like it used to be stupid before the opioid epidemic. It used to be stupid easy to steal. Like I'm talking about 2,000 Percocets. Like these would come off with, and it was like. So this is probably like the early 2000s, and I remember this kid that I knew from high school called me and goes, "Hey, Chris." And I was like, yeah. And it was like weird. I hadn't heard from him in over a year. He's like, I want to say his name, but he's like, he was in Queens. And he's like, my mom he's like, I've been working at a pharmacy. I was like, well, I know where this is going. And he goes, yeah, my mom found everything I've been doing. And she basically, she's being really cool about it. And this is a guy who comes from a very traditional family.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, so like, he was like, I basically have a couple of hours to get rid of everything here. Can you do it? So I like had a bunch of Xanax, and I basically sold. That's how I paid for the one semester of community college I went to, was selling those Xanax. Every time I would sell a Xanax, I would put it would sell like Xanax sticks for $5. I would put the $5 in a cigar box, and I remember I showed up to pay for the one semester of college with that cigar box cash, and I remember this woman, she was a girl, she was like 18 also, and she was like 3 people behind me, going, "Is this motherfucker paying in cash?" And it was just a stack of singles and $5 bills.
I want to say this. I want to tell the story before we leave. I'm not going to say the person's name. I want to tell the story about what happened, what we saw happen on McDougal.
Yeah,
because it gets weird at night. So a lot of times,
strange out there.
Derek and I, after finished sets in the cellar, just ceremonially, we'll just smoke.
Just the patio.
Smoke on the patio. It's late night. It turns into Thriller. Like, so we got approached by an actor, came into the olive tree, said what's up to everybody. We're like, oh, what's up? You know what I mean?
I'll give you one hint. Seasons of The Walking Dead. That's all I'll tell you.
Right. So
seasons of
he's in the place and he's hanging out. But like anytime we get celebrities that kind of come to the olive tree late night, like 2 a.m., they're never in good shape. He's out front. We're out front. We're smoking. And the homeless people are aggressive because there's an ATM right between the comedy club and the Mamoon's Falafel.
Yeah.
Very risky ATM to use.
Risque.
Because homeless people are on you. Yo, I'm saying, yo.
Like right behind you because they know you getting cash. It's
Right.
wild.
So there's a girl at the ATM, but the movie star is also in line to use said ATM, with homeless people right behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we like, oh, like he gets the money and then he makes his way over to a drug dealer that we know. We see this guy out there all the time.
He be hustling.
We know what he has. And Derek on cue, like Forrest Gump goes,
oh no.
Like remember when Forrest found Bubba?
Bubba, no,
Bubba, no.
And if you don't get that reference, go to the Gas Digital bonus section and watch the Forrest Gump movie.
No, Bubba, no. So I watched this dude who's clearly a good actor.
Yeah.
By McDougal.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, the guy heard Derek. He heard him. And he had already seen us all on stage that night, so he kind of turns around like, well, you see me? And it's like, yeah everybody sees you. But here's the thing that we realized. He wasn't embarrassed by being seen buying drugs on McDougal Street.
Mm-mm.
He was more worried, hey, is this stuff going to kill me?
Yeah.
Because I do realize the risk that I'm taking right now.
Huge risk. Like, why would you do this?
But your reaction makes me think this is bad. Like, I'm going to die. And then it became a thing of more like, you guys know him, right? He's here all the time, right? Like,
and we look at him like, why are you melting down right now?
Right. Like, this guy is now an actor on McDougal Street, dangling a little baggie of coke at us. Like, this is cool, right? Like, there's no shame.
And we're
like, hey, man, go do
your
thing, right?
Yeah.
And now it went to, for some reason, he needed Derek's approval.
It was the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Where he's like, hey, come on, man. You know how old I am, right? And Derek goes, 51, right? Like, Not even a, let me, like, he's like 51. And the guy goes, fuck you for being so close, right? He's
54.
like, right. So now Derek is just snapping on him, dude. Like, yeah, of course you in your 50s, man. You out here with Team Jordans and a fedora on. You know what I mean? Like, and the guy goes, hey, man, I feel like you're judging me right now. And Derek lets her, he goes, yeah, I'm judging you. I've seen you in movies. I've seen you in television. And now I'm seeing you out here buying McDougal Street Coke.
McDougal Street Coke. I told him that. Prestigious TV.
And
Good
it was
TV.
one of those things where you realize, as much as Derek is being an asshole in the moment, Derek is being the voice of reason that this guy needs to hear.
Yeah, bro.
This guy's a Hollywood actor, and everyone is like, yeah, no, you're fine. And it took the no need to be like, nah, bruh, this ain't it.
Oh,
you up, bruh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay, so for those of you maybe not in the know, over the weekend, this past weekend,
I didn't have a Sunday because it's the Lord's Day, and I rested and watched the president's son get his sucked a lot.
What? 4chan, this was a post on 4chan. Someone on 4chan hacked Hunter Biden's iCloud.
It sounds like he released it, man.
Got all 450 gigs worth of information of pictures, photos, text messages, emails. Download them and put them up on 4chan.
The photo of the girl hogtied with the bag over her head while he's just eating a sandwich, and then there's a donut next to her head.
No, that's not
I thought
real.
that was a pretzel roll.
What?
No, it was like a
I
pastry of some sort. Here, I
Find the video.
I got it saved. Where's the camera?
What the?
It's a pretty good looking
That
sandwich.
sandwich looked
Sandwich
good.
or waffle?
That's like a hoagie.
Yeah. It's an Italian. It's clearly an Italian meat sandwich. There's several meats on there.
Yeah.
Looks like that's a solid wedge right there.
Little
You see what I'm saying? That's like a pastry.
So he's probably not doing straight crack. He's probably mixing it with something.
I mean, look, you're gonna want a pastry after you eat
This
that
is a pretzel roll.
That's not a pretzel roll, man. There's chocolate on that.
No, that's not a pretzel roll, dog.
That's not lines of chocolate.
I thought that was like the.
I thought that was like a big cream puff.
No, see, this is what I'm gonna.
That would be the tightest pretzel roll.
Zoom in.
That can't
Zoom
be
in
pretzel.
on this.
That's
Zoom
chocolate,
in on
dog.
this
Look how
phone right
shiny
now.
that brown is.
I think this is a pretzel roll. So I'm gonna. This is
Why would he
this-
just have a pretzel roll on the side?
Why
of
would he have a
hoagie?
sandwich? He's high on crack with a prostitute.
He's mixing something with the crack.
First of all, there's never a bad time for a sandwich.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want a sandwich when you're all whacked out.
You know what you are gonna want? A pastry, dude.
Yeah.
That I will. All right, when you're high and all.
That's like a chocolate croissant.
I didn't say zoom out. Hold on. All right, so this is all right. So I'm seeing the dark.
First of all, how
rings.
great is it that you could see the girl's face through the mesh bag?
It's so sad.
So fucking
up.
It's like a Shutter movie.
She looks like a bottle of Crown Royal.
Oh, so good. I want to drink that.
I think. See the lighter strips. Those are making the cutting the lines in the dough, and then the rest of it is
The
is just
brown's
like
too shiny.
buttered.
Dude, I think that's chocolate, dude.
Nah, I think it's
There's a
chocolate.
fingerprint in it.
I think it's a pretzel. You can zoom out.
You know what he's gonna do with that though, right? He's gonna hold that little chocolate thing out, put it over his nuts, and like eat till you get to the center. He's a dirty boy. I like it. Good for him.
I was shocked he wasn't getting rimmed, but I guess he just didn't film that.
Could you imagine his?
I mean, if you're
dad
getting
sees
foot
that?
jobs and you're not getting your asshole licked, I mean, what are you?
That's
paying
the
for?
highway to it.
And they go hand in hand,
Yeah.
foot and foot. So yeah, Hunter Biden hasn't made any statements, but that was the big Hunter Biden drop.
Fuck, man.
Got to get arrested a few times, guys. Start doing some
Fuck all
drugs.
that.
Get a
I
drug
got arrested
habit.
one time, a little bit for a traffic violation. That was about it. I remember going to you know, a holding cell. You know,
Yeah,
it was
the
just for a few
booking.
hours
In the
precinct. It sucked. It in I had to go downtown.
They took you to
the Tombs. Was it the Tombs? I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
downtown.
The Tombs. And I was like, I remember we were there, and you're there with a bunch of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And there was one guy. He was so fucking funny too. He was funny. He obviously a regular.
Yeah.
Because they were like, "Yo, shut the fuck up, Don." And I go, "Man, fuck you, man." And the guy goes, it was this big fucking Latin dude, fucking 30-inch arms. He was a CO. Arms rolled. He goes, "Hey, one more fucking time. Keep your fucking mouth shut." He's like, "Yo, man, I'm just check, man. Fuck you, man." And so he would read off the people that can leave. And then I remember there was this Japanese businessman in there. And the guy was asking everybody, what you in here for? This guy knew everybody's shit. He's like, what you, oh, yeah, see, this is what's going to happen, man.
Yeah,
They're going to slap you on the wrist. You're going to get out probably tomorrow, the next day. You're going to be all right.
Yeah,
when are you going to do? Okay, you're going to be here for a couple hours. That's just he named everybody. And then I said, what are you, a traffic ticket? He's like, oh, man, you going to get out in
5 years.
Right. Japanese dude had hit somebody. He said, what happened? What about you? He said, I hit it. He's like, oh, you need to sit your ass down. And I remember we were there for hours to the morning. And I remember there was this dude, this big-ass Rasta dude. Scary motherfucker was big, and he was sitting there, and they gave us cereal and shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Yeah.
The sandwiches,
Yeah.
bulk.
The Jimmy Dean shit.
But prison people are so creative because this motherfucker cut out a little thing and put the milk.
Yeah, you can make a bowl out of the thing.
I was all like this. Look at arts and crafts.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like opening the bag and like, how am I going to do this? Yeah. I'm like, I ain't been to jail.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're
he's like,
Can I get a spoon and a bowl?
Yeah, he cuts his shit open, peels it. I was like, wow, that's innovative as fuck.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden,
He makes a picture frame out of it later.
This dude says nothing. He's quiet. He's been quiet the whole night. All of a sudden he goes, what the bomb, clad? What is this bullshit? We're like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? And he goes, how come I don't hear no snap, crackle, and pop? That's fucking fantastic. We all fell out. We just started laughing. That was so fucking funny.
Special case.
That was so funny. That was so great.
Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show.
I used to there was a neighbor that was like an old man, Joe Fuga, used to always want me to come over because he could never have kids, and he tried to get me to drink Coca-Cola and chocolate syrup. I always refuse it. And then he would take me upstairs to see like his dying wife and stand by her bedside. It was frightening.
Really?
Yeah.
That's.
Do
you think it was really Coke and chocolate syrup, or you think he was gonna?
I think he was gonna. Did you ever see that movie Prisoners?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was gonna do that to me. Maybe.
There's neighborhood people is always scary as shit. There was a lady that called the pink house lady, and her house was pink. She wore pink every day of her life, and she would just push one of those carts, like she had her own like shopping cart she would push, and then we'd always see her at the pizza place we hung out at. And one time, these kids we knew were there at the pizza place, and she wrote something down on a napkin, and then left. And this one kid went over. He's like, "I gotta see what this is," and it said, I have $1 million in my basement, but it's possessed by the devil. And all the kids are like, there's $1 million in the basement. So these two kids we know like broke into her house and went into the basement, and it was empty. Nothing there.
I was hoping you were like, and they never saw the kids again.
That's what it should have been, but no. But when you're 13, you're just like, dude, the whole buildup of the thing, and then it's just such a letdown. And her house was pink. She wore all pink. Yeah. We had the black and white ladies. Same thing. And there was two ladies who wore all black and white. Yeah. And the house was like Tim Burton-y and shit. Yep. And then you just make up in your head, or your friends make up all these urban legends and stories about them. Yeah. There was like, I think one of the stories was she killed her husband, whatever it was, but who knows what.
Joe Fuga was kind of a pussy. He didn't color coordinate. Just tried to drug and fuck me in front of his dying wife.
He was more of a purist.
Yeah.
That's like there was this guy we called Pockets, and because he would walk around with his pockets inside out, like the inside of his pockets out. That's all he did. But everybody was terrified of this. Terrified.
Why? He doesn't have any money.
You're just mentally handicapped. Oh. That's all it was. He'd walk around with his dad, and we were still like, oh, that's his friend. We didn't know.
It's Pocket's lackey.
It's Pocket's sidekick. One of the kids in my neighborhood's dad was a real weird guy. I believe he had a metal plate in his head, and he would always walk around town with a fishing pole, but like not towards water. And I'd be like, where are you going today? And he'd be like, going fishing. And then he's like walking on a highway.
Dude, you grew up in a Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
That's why. Between that and the black and white house.
I thought to myself, I either got ripped off or this is my first case.
You know what happened the other night at the Cellar?
What happened the other night at the Cellar?
A kid in the front row
I'm calling him out. He's with his mom. He's 23 years old.
Right.
I'm like, you seem like you shouldn't be living with your mom anymore. She goes, well, we lived in New York and now we moved to LA. And I'm like, you went with your kid back to LA? And I was like, that's a little. And I said something to him like, do you live in a basement? You seem like a basement dweller. That's it. She comes up to me after the show.
Yeah.
She goes, my son has special needs.
Yeah.
He's walking it off right now. You really offended him.
Right.
I think to myself, I don't believe it. Your son was having a good time. Sure, he went like this for a second. Maybe he had to walk off a little shame. But I think you are keeping him in your little bubble, which I said on stage. I said, you need to let him fly the coop. That's what I said to her. Then he comes up to me later. He goes, I don't know what my mom said to you. I'm totally fine. Totally fine. So, and then so that's what's going on with the elephant lady. She goes, my son has a problem. She doesn't acknowledge.
She has a problem. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good diagnosis.
Thank you. This kid didn't have special needs.
The kid in the front row at the
swear
Comedy
to God,
Cellar
perfectly
didn't have
regular
special needs.
dude.
Maybe the mother has Munchausen
It is
syndrome.
Munchausen's. That's what it is.
Doesn't Munchausen sound like a disease?
It sounds like
a disease that has to do with snacking.
It sounds.
Doesn't it?
It sounds like
Munchausen's?
post keto. It sounds like when you do the fasting and you break it, you have Munchausen syndrome.
Munchausen.
Ain't that your born killers? Legion of Skanks. Welcome to the class.
Wait, don't you feel like sex addiction is bullshit?
I'm
no.
I
I
don't.
It's bullshit.
I don't think so.
I think
I
that's
think I'm
good. You get
legitimately,
addicted to. Like
I'm
anything that's
legitimately
good.
addicted to sex.
I also think Lewis is legitimately addicted to sex.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what makes a sex addict?
When
like,
you really see it, they'll hurt themselves physically, and they'll get. And
Okay,
they
he's
keep
not
going,
that
keep
bad.
going. They'll like erode skin parts and stuff. They really get bad.
Well, that's crazy.
Sounds like a
What
good
do you-
way to
that's-
lose weight.
That's not a sex. That's not a sex addict. That's like a crazy person.
Yeah, what?
I just like to bang. I love crushing.
And if I can't bang,
He loves
if I
bad
can't
bitches.
bang, I'll eat a person.
I
So
love-
what?
I love crushing pussy, dude.
What?
Is there
I eat my own toe skin.
You know they'll have those things for like if you like whatever it is the alcoholics test. They'll be like
Yeah.
if you drink 3 to 5 drinks.
Yeah.
Which
It's
are a little,
really if you have a consequence. If you can't function because of it, you hurt yourself.
Okay,
because
that's
of it.
good.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
no,
that.
that's bullshit too,
Because
though.
the alcoholics test, the official test,
Yeah.
I probably fail.
Yeah, well-
but I don't think there'll be like 3 to 5 drinks a week, and then they go,
Yeah.
"Do you drink to get drunk?"
Shut up,
You're like,
bitch.
Yeah,
No, wait. No, I'm
but if you're, if
You
you're
go work
fucking up-
as many hours as I work, you slut.
But see, I think that's a better test. You go if you're fucking up your job or fucking up your
Work or
relationships.
school, finance, relationships, health, legal. Those areas.
Bruises on your girlfriend that
All
she
right.
can't cover with makeup.
No, that wasn't one of the 5. Wasn't one of the 5.
Legal,
I'm good.
Legal.
All right.
4 out of
So I like
5.
that.
I think I'm
So
failing
what's
on.
for sex?
It's official.
What's
Dr.
the
Drew says
line?
keep it to body shots and domestics. If you want to keep your fucking job, you will.
The old Irish rules. That
Hell
always-
yeah.
Cheers.
Lewis, you
Yeah,
smoke
Irish,
too much
man.
weed.
So
man.
is it's the
You
same?
smoke so much weed you can't help me anymore.
No,
I'm going alone out here. I need a life preserver.
Dr. Drew, you're on your own.
I know. I see it. I can see it in his
Drew,
eyes.
would you
He's
say-
dead.
Lewis, checked out.
I
For
hurt
sex,
women.
it's the same line. For sex, it's the same line. If you're fucking up. Oh no, he's a rapist. If you. It's,
No.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
You picked the wrong one to make an allegiance with,
No,
bro.
by today's standards, though, but only by today's standards.
Dude, by 99 and on, I'm a rapist. 98
Yeah.
before that, dude, I'm good.
Alright, that was fun, ladies and gentlemen. Man accused of committing sex act outside local daycare.
Oh, I thought it was the guy who put his dick in the woman's mouth who was getting a C-section.
What?
I'm sorry,
Did
what?
you
Hold
see
on.
that?
We have a new look that up.
Zach, it's wild. Zach, it's wild.
I did not know about this.
Is he a nurse?
He's a doctor.
Yo. Well, no, but
It's Seinfeld
what,
episode.
okay, but what if it was medically a part of the procedure?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, so we're just
what if it's
I
just
mean-
hilarious and this is like a Patch Adams situation?
cancel culture strikes again.
He kept patting her head. He was like, duck, duck, goose.
Can we talk about this, men?
Absolutely.
What side are you on?
Of
which side of the sheet are you on?
I'm on both sides.
I'm the lady on the table.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, dude. What was she wearing? Fucking nurse scrubs or something?
So this
She was
doctor,
recently shaved. Interesting.
this doctor just completed his
that is,
medical
how-
training in anesthesia only 2 months ago. So,
So he gave himself a graduation present.
I feel like he got into it for this.
That's why he got for 2 straight
For
months
sure.
he was going, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Can you just
Then he
picture
got
him as
there,
like
he's
a
like,
student, like asking questions in class? He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So how long does it take before they're completely under? Why?
Do they bite at all?
What's the jaw reflex if we were to insert?
He gets
Jesus
caught.
Christ!
Yeah.
Oh, this is not part of it. Oh, my mistake. I'm new. Come on.
I know.
It's like playing crocodile dentist.
I mean, you know, I got hauled into to HR at the Food Network for saying BDE.
Big dick energy.
But all I said,
is that what it is?
I was having, it was like before we were going live on something. Right. It was before we were going live on something, and I was having a chit chat with producers and something, and we were just having a little laugh. And
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, BDE," and I
Did
was
you say
mic'd.
BDE or did you say
No,
the
I
actual
said
words?
BDE.
Oh, you said BDE.
Yes.
That could mean anything.
But then well, you know what? I might have actually clarified it.
Did you do it like
you know,
this?
yes, but I was stretching mozzarella at the time, so you know, it just seemed like it was something else.
So HR, what did they say?
So
Hey, Ann.
and they were like, "Oh, you discussed a male body part," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Okay," and they're like, "So it was someone that was in a control room on another floor that I had no idea about." And got upset that I said big dick energy.
But you didn't even say big dick energy. You said BDE.
I might have said BDE, big dick energy. I might have said it,
Okay.
but like really, it's not. And they're like, you know, said male body part, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I'm like, stop it. What was it? What if my name was Dick? Am I allowed to make meatballs? What about duck breasts? You know,
Do
like,
you know what stuff is said in restaurants compared
mean-
to what? There was this chef named Roland at Planet Hollywood, and he kept flirting with my girlfriend, Lori Zakur, and I had to go up to the head chef and be like, hey, can you stop flirting with my girlfriend? And he was like, for sure. And he was just, we had a manager, this guy named, oh gosh, I forget his name, but he goes, hey, you better be careful. These women might file some sexual harassment suits. And I says, harassment? Nothing. I was all about her tits. And it was like, but you couldn't say that stuff anymore.
I know.
We'll start with you again, Lauren.
All right.
Tell us a story that freaked you out in the moment that was unexplainable.
So the two things I could say is that before the morgue, I worked in Kings County Hospital during the height of COVID. I was like putting bodies in trucks, and like there was this hallway where they put all the broken medical equipment, like all of the beds that didn't work anymore, and like you had to walk through there with patients to make shortcuts, and it just felt like you were being watched.
Mhm.
Just felt like things were sitting in the chairs watching you. And there was a wheelchair once I was pushing a patient, like, and for no reason the wheelchair just started behind me, just started moving, and that scared the shit out of me. Dark hospital at night.
Mhm.
But you know, it could have just been like, you know, gravity.
I don't think so. That's a fucking ghost, man. That's crazy. Yikes.
And then
that's wild. You're completely fucking chill about that. That's crazy.
I mean, the person I was pushing had COVID, so I was more like, well, if I'm gonna get fucking COVID, I guess that's happening. Oh, there's a fucking ghost. I guess I'm getting COVID. It was just a fucking weird time. I was too stressed out that if I saw a ghost, I'd be like, well, all right, hope I don't die.
That's also the kind of thing where it's like, it's such a little thing that you try to rationalize it right away and just get past it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know. I feel like I would be startled, and then I would just be like, nah.
I'm more afraid of ghosts than COVID. I'll tell you that much. Oh, yeah, one
Who
thing's
isn't?
real.
So anyway, Biden's chief economic advisor was on, I believe this was on CNBC, to discuss this little bit of news. And here's the messaging that we're getting out of the White House.
Although that brings us right back to the circular argument, Brian, that more spending is not what you typically do in the face of high inflation. How do we break out of that circle?
No, look, I think you have to look at the unique situation that we're in as an economy and think about how do we build more supply? How do we increase the productive
real
capacity?
quick. So what a great little moment they have there. Well, inflation is really out of control. And you just got a very bad report on inflation. It was higher than you guys were projecting it was going to be. Inflation is really crushing the American workers. So what? And he goes, well, look, I mean, the silver lining to this is that now we really have the urgency that we need to combat inflation by spending a lot more money. And even CNBC host there, because they're at least supposed to know something about money, is like, I think I remember hearing once that spending a lot more money isn't really what you do when there's inflation. And what is his response here? Well, what does he say? It's a very unique moment. What's unique about this moment is that we're feeling the pain from this dumb bullshit. Like, that's what's unique. And so in this unique moment, I go, let me tell you something. You want to pass another one of these $2 trillion spending bills? We're going to find ourselves in an even more unique moment. We might really need to start spending some money at that point. Of course, this has been the justification for the economy of the entire 21st century. You know, the low interest rates after 9/11 were, hey, we're in a fucking unique moment here, right? The country just had 9/11. And then when we pulled them down to zero in 2008, it was, well, hey, we're in a unique moment here. We just had the biggest financial recession in almost 100 years. This is a unique moment. And then, of course, all of that COVID spending, which is what we're feeling the ramifications of now in 2020, well, that was a pretty unique moment. It was a global pandemic. And then in 2021, we were in a unique moment because we were recovering from the pandemic. And now in 2022, we're in a unique moment, Rob, because we're dealing with the inflation caused by the unique moment of 2020 and 2021. So there's just a lot of unique moments going on. Does anyone see a little bit of a problem with that?
My article is on Fox Business. Elon Musk responds to Trump calling him a bullshit artist, says there should be maximum age for presidency. Well, I don't disagree with that, Elon. Musk predicted Florida Governor Ron DeSantis could easily win against President Biden in 2024.
You and Elon thinking alike.
Yeah, that's another worst guy you know makes good point. Tesla CEO Elon Musk took to Twitter on Monday night to respond after former President Donald Trump criticized him after he signaled his intent to withdraw from purchasing Twitter for $44 billion. If DeSantis runs against Biden in 2024, then DeSantis will easily win. He doesn't even need to campaign, Musk wrote. The tech billionaire has previously said he is leaning towards voting for DeSantis, a conservative Republican. DeSantis has not yet said if he intends to run in 2024.
God, that guy sucks.
Musk's tweets were met with some praise, but many other users encouraged Musk to stay out of politics or defended Trump by saying he was not sailing off anywhere. The tweets came after Trump started the tiff by calling Musk a bullshit artist on Saturday. Elon, he's not going to buy Twitter, Trump said. I know, I tried.
No.
I'm never going to do it again. I don't like it.
Oh, God.
Can you do one for me?
I don't do impressions.
I know, but that's why I want to hear it.
I don't have one. That's why
Just
I wouldn't
go for
attempt
it.
one. No.
We're improv.
Just because you embarrassed yourself doesn't mean you have to make me embarrass myself to take the attention
I
off you
embarrass myself on this
embarrassing
program every week, okay? And I have no shame. I do it for the listeners, for you guys out there. Trump's encouraging his supporters instead of using his own social media platform, Truth Social. He's got himself a mess. I've looked at his contract, Trump continued. You know, Elon says he's never voted Republican, but I didn't know that because he told me he voted for me, so he's another bullshit artist. Musk also disputed Trump's claim he told him he voted for him. Musk replied in an article titled Donald Trump, Elon Musk told me he voted for me with Not true. That's so funny, dude. The two most fucking infantile, just like, it's so funny. Donald Trump, Elon Musk told me he voted for me.
Wait, fuck, marry, kill. Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Elon Musk.
Yeah, I actually think Ron DeSantis is more dangerous than Donald Trump.
Me too. I agree. I would kill him.
He's more outwardly homophobic.
Oh, he's when I think of this show, and every time bad legislation has been introduced in the past year, it's been Ron DeSantis every fucking time.
Oh yeah. No, he's terrified. He would be terrifying. I think LGBTQ issues would be in the forefront of his mind during his presidency, and it would be very bad. So we gotta write a book about him. And then
we're playing fuck, marry, kill. You can just say it.
Which one? Which was the other ones?
Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis.
Oh, I fucked Donald Trump, and then his followers never, they're like, wow, you fucked the weird face tattoo communist guy, and he bottoms too. I really give it to him, and we make the tape. So it ruins his life.
Flat ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna really get in there, man, and it's gonna ruin his career, and then that'll be great. And then I guess I marry Elon, and then I try to use his money for good. I don't know. And then me and Elon have threesomes with supermodels because that's something he does. I guess if you're a billionaire, you just get to do that.
You're really building a world. Usually people just vote fuck, marry, kill, but I love this.
No, I have to think it through. I'm not just gonna simply. If I'm gonna do something, I do it all the way.
I 100% agree with the way that you did that. I 100% killing Ron DeSantis, fucking Trump, marrying Elon.
There it is.
We did it. Not even a question.
Undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Here's a question. What are your thoughts on fighting Josh Emmett for that number one contender spot? Right? Like you said, Josh has been calling for that number one contender spot. He has the win over Calvin Kattar. What about jumping the line and going straight to Emmett?
Yeah, what is he? They ranked him like number 3 now, didn't they? That's a fight that's been, I think it was official once. It was scheduled twice. He pulled out. And I think he got hurt in sparring or something like the week before the fight. And it just never happened. And then, I think he was supposed to be rescheduled and he wanted to fight upwards. So, we've done a camp for each other a couple times, I think. So, yeah, why not?
That'd be a great fight, though. I mean, what a fight. And I think if you were to get that would be the one. You beat somebody like Josh Emmett. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dan Hooker is a big, big name as well. Yeah. But Josh Emmett is on fire. People are talking about him. Sorry, and we'll go back to you in a second, Harrington. Stay on, though. Stay on. We want to see that beardless face. How does it make you feel when you hear Volkanovski has cleared out the division?
He's done a pretty good job, to be fair.
You're too nice.
I know.
He has. But you got to say, he has. He's cleared out everybody. But respectfully, I'm ranked number 5, and we haven't fought yet.
That's it. The other boy, who's he fought? He hasn't fought Emmett. He hasn't fought Rodriguez, and he hasn't fought me. Has he fought Kattar? No, he hasn't fought Kattar either. But no. So there's a lot of people in line. There's a lot of us, coming up, and there's only one of us on a 9-fight win streak, I guess. But yeah. So there's a lot of options coming. So,
but that is a fucking valid point.
It's Joe MMA Rap with Chris J. Gomez and Dave Smith.
All right, what else going on? Vic, what should we talk about first? I guess Israel Adesanya being mad at Chris Pratt. I think that's funny.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious, by the way. He's upset at him because he went on the post-fight show and he criticized him. And it was the softest criticism you could imagine. So, any fan has that take.
Pratt appeared on the UFC 276 post-fight show and gave his reaction to the main event after fans were seen leaving the T-Mobile Arena midway through the main event. This is what Chris Pratt said. He goes, I'm going to say this as humbly as I can. I've never stepped into the octagon. I don't know this game. I'm just an actor, but I'm not a fan, man. I'm not a fan of coming out like all that talk and just kind of putting out a little bit of a pitter-patter performance. I'm like, come on, man. You've got to cash in on that promise of being so badass. Very critical of Israel Adesanya. First of all, before we go on to what happened in the story, Dave, what do you think of that criticism of Israel Adesanya?
I think it's like, dude, don't go on national television and just say what we're all thinking, like you've ever been in the octagon.
Get out of my head,
like,
Chris
I don't
Pratt.
know, you act like you're going to finish everyone and then you didn't finish them. And then Israel's like, well, you're not a real superhero, bro. All right? So how about that? I mean, dude,
it's a fair criticism.
If you're going to have a fucking fan who's not a fighter on the show, I'm a fan and I do this podcast, I'm not a fighter. I don't know. They're not allowed to say how they feel from the fan perspective. Like, it's like if you know, I think it's a bullshit response from Izzy. You'll read the response in a second, but I think you can't be upset about that. If someone goes to one of my shows and goes, I just didn't think Dave was funny. You know, he's like, hey, I've never done comedy. I don't really know comedy, but I didn't think Dave's funny. I can't go, yeah, dude, you've never stepped on stage.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know what it's like to be a stand-up
By the way, I hate people that do that.
You can't say that.
It's a lame thing. They're not trying to be a stand-up comedian.
You have every right to just be a fan of it and say, I'm not a fan. Yeah. And I don't enjoy what you're doing.
How about you get up here and try to tell a joke? I'm not. That's why I'm sitting here paying here to watch a joke.
Right, like,
be funny, motherfucker.
They have every right to say that. Now, by the way, that's never happened to me, but to other comics,
you've heard of some guys
who have had these problems.
Well, I agree with you.
Maybe
completely.
You can relate.
I agree with you completely. I think Chris Pratt, he's being brought on a show as a celebrity fan of the sport. Here's what I like. I like the fact that sometimes people are not going to be fucking company men and fucking not toe the line and not just, you know, and criticize a champion in the UFC or criticize the UFC a little bit. It's refreshing. You know, he could have easily been like, oh, great performance, whatever. Izzy, his response was, I'm the man, you're just some fan.
You're like, okay, yeah, you're right. Izzy, you're the man and he's just some fan who's wildly more successful than you are.
Yeah.
Who makes way more money, has way more fans, is you know, like, I don't know. What are we talking about here, dude? Chris Pratt you're the man and Chris Pratt fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt is wildly successful.
Yeah, let's see. Good morning. I'm the man. You're just some fan. Oh, and then he posted this video.
It's great, bro. Who's the man?
Oh, that's where he gets... Oh, it's a video. I see. It's a video from
a movie that Chris Pratt did. Okay.
The movie is Wanted.
I got it. All right. So, yeah, that's... he didn't get him, really. You know?
I don't know. He's like, yeah, that was a scene. We were acting.
I didn't really get... Does Israel think that he really got hit in the face with a keyboard and just took it?
I got $12 million for that role.
He's like,
what'd you make for that fight?
You don't see me running away from dinosaurs in the jungle. Do you not? It's like, I would fight the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I just don't like... Could Israel Adesanya go to a Chris Pratt movie and go, I thought that movie sucked?
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Are you allowed to do that?
Dude, Thanos,
or do you have to go...
Thanos embarrassed you.
Like, can you say, oh, hey, I didn't like that movie? Or you go, have you ever tried to make a movie? This is just stupid.
Well, that's so Chris Pratt's response, he kind of bitched out. He's
a nice guy,
responded,
I think.
He goes, you're right. I'm sorry, brother. It bugs me when people criticize my work, having never themselves risked anything. It makes me a hypocrite to do exactly that to you. My bad. Keep on keeping on, champ. But here's the thing. People have risked things. Here's the thing with Hollywood and people that are a little bit removed from being... let me say this.
I bet the down payment for my house on a craps table. But they have no risked anything.
They're a little bit removed from the human experience because, no offense, Chris Pratt, I think the average person has risked a lot more not being a multimillionaire, good-looking actor who has just a ton, nothing to lose, essentially. I get that you're a good actor, and that's great. I love it, dude. I'm an artist. I do comedy. I travel the world doing comedy. I do podcasts, and we create this content for people to enjoy. I completely get it, but let's not fucking pretend that your journey is worse than some fucking kid in Africa.
Well, but not even just that, but if you talk about risk something.
Who grew up to become a UFC champion. Wait a minute.
Moved to Australia and became...
time out 1 second.
The greatest welterweight of our time.
It's the Real Ass Podcast.
He didn't wait till Ellis got old. He would have fought him. Oh, dude. You're like fucking Canelo cherry picking these fights.
Yeah, okay.
Wait until people age out.
Yeah. Let's see. Spurgeon Caster says, how does Lev have a better opinion on everything than Lewis? Cut Lev's mic for Spurgeon's comment. Thank you very much. Cut his mic for 3 full minutes now. Aspersion Caster, I'm going to block you on Twitter because I don't know how to block you from the Racist Live chat. But I know that I follow you on Twitter. Now I'm unfollowing you and I'm blocking you. How does that feel?
Is this mic on?
No. It's off.
I'm about to attack.
Doggy, attack. What are you going to do? You didn't do shit to Rappaport. Think I'm afraid of you?
I'm about to attack.
All right, put his mic back on. Jesus. Only because I know good podcasting and doesn't sound good to have
I'm
your
going
mic
to take
off.
over your network, Lewis.
Please.
And then I'm going to sell it to Rogan for $9 for the price of a monthly subscription.
It is going up. You're right, guys. Please subscribe. Subscribe now before it goes up.
Get grandfathered in.
Get grandfathered into the old price. We're not going to raise. If you're subscribed already, we're not raising the prices on you. We raise it on new subscribers. But this is the last time we're doing it. So if you subscribe after September 1st and we raise the prices, you're getting a price raise. Just so you know.